hear them saying phones in their pocket, zinaharibu vitu zingine. It's okay. Thank you. As you can see, the scenario, because the theme is movement for mental health, you'd find, like I'm sure for you, at the end of the day, when is your first break? Because everything you need is on your desk and very close to you. So when is your first break? You may report 8, or maybe you guys come even very early. So when is your first break?
I do try to take a break every 90 minutes if possible, but most of the time I'll find I've forgotten, but I do try to remember that I need to take a break. So maybe the next phone call I'll just go out and take it from outside so that I'm walking, or just intentionally take a break every 90 minutes. But I believe my colleagues in the industry will agree there are seasons that you won't remember and you find yourself seated for quite some time.
For basket on the left. What's the first break you take? Let's try to be as honest as possible.
Yeah, to be honest, for me, at times, I can take, even at times, once I come, I'll come, let's say, around 7:30. And calls come and all that, so and then I'm just sitting there, I'll be picking the phone, answering, then there is the emails. So not unless, someone, let's say the boss has called you to his office, I could run up to as late as lunchtime. I've not left at all from my seat. Or unless, even at times, even if you are pressed, because of so many other pressing issues, you keep on postponing the washing of visits. So I've had many times whereby I can sit for 4 or 5 hours without leaving my desk, and I think which is maybe something.
To a cuckoo. Yes. When is your first break?
Honestly, my first break is when I'm called to a meeting, or when any other thing happens. Maybe when I'm going to take tea. Yeah, but I take tea quite oftenly, so I have multiple breaks.
Thank you. So this is the scenario of a desk person, and we try to make as much as possible to be convenient for us. And you'd find we have everything to our proximity. And at times it's too close to us, we become like robots. I'm typing here, I'm imagining the phone rings, you pick here, you look, you pick, you turn it here. You need water is here, isn't it? You pick water, you come not even far, it's very close, you drink, you continue, you're here. And that means since the time you checked in, up to the time you'll be called for that meeting, up to the time. And the same way you've just had, even the nature call, the more you assume it, the more you forget it. That's the thing that happens, as in you're pressed, but you keep saying, I'm going. So the theme movement for mental health tells us to be very aware, very present for ourselves. And you guys sit in those positions. If I die today, the same minute you have been told someone has died, you're thinking of who's going to replace him. You guys are not special. The same way, if you go today, the company will be thinking in the next 5 minutes, yes, we are sorry about it, but who's going to replace him? He was very nice, she was very nice, but we need to continue. So if you want to continue supporting our company and what we are doing, then we need to think about ourselves, because it's very expensive hiring other people, it's very expensive recruiting and all those processes, and we do not want those processes again to start afresh. We need to continue until we are like, now I think I've had enough, I need to retire. You give me a warning, next year, I don't think I'll be here. So I'll be thinking next year, so and so will not be here. So it's important for us, it's okay to have the water, now stretch it. The moment you are just seated there and you're stretching for the water, you're working on your big muscle. This muscle is so big, the trapezius muscle on your back is so big. You need to continue stretching it. So stretch on the side, pick the water. The fruit basket that was this other side, let it be on the far end, or even take it further. You'll want that banana or apple or anything, wake up, go pick it, eat it, and then you come back to your desk. And then let's not have big bottles of water. I've seen people with 2 liters of water bottle, others have 1.5 liters. Yes, 5 liters of water. Yes, water is good, but you need to have the walk. Those are things you can do in the office. You're not looking for things huko nje. Just in the office, have a glass or 1 liter. 1 liter is big. Have the 500, small one, and it's over. Tentatively wake up, go fetch again water and come back to your desk. You're making the movement. And as you're going to fetch water, and I hope and trust that the dispenser is not in your office also, is somewhere common, so that when you go there, you meet someone, Tom, you're still here, how are you? That saying hi to someone and smiling, even if it's a fake smile, the mind records like you have smiled. And dopamine is already released and you're already feeling good. Even if you fake it, like, how are you? The mind registers, he has smiled. Let's release some hormones for him to feel a little bit better. And then when you come back, you're a little bit fresh and you can be able to continue. Let's not dig ourselves into, have so many emails, have so many things to do. Yes, they're still there. You still be able to do them and be able to accomplish. So, other thing that you can be able to do for movement in our office is that we have stairs and we have escalators. And you are going to first floor. Imagine you've parked in the basement, you just been to the first floor, it's just 2 steps, and you're there waiting for the lift. And it has gone to 27th floor up, and you're waiting for it to come patiently. It's just first floor. Let's have those movement. And then intentionally, the way she said, let's intentionally schedule our breaks. I was working somewhere at some time, and it was on a call center. It was very busy. They intentionally scheduled our breaks. After 2 hours, you had to go for a break. Another 2 hours, you had to go for another break. So the same way, you schedule, even have an alarm at the beginning. Have an alarm, like, for her is 90 minutes, that's okay. Have yours, 1.5 hours for her, 2 hours, every time. Have that break. Even if you're not pressed, you're not having anything, just wake up from your desk, fika kwa water point, chukua chai, do something, then go to the room, look at yourself in the mirror and confirm, I'm still beautiful, I'm still handsome, and then do a U-turn and be able to come back and be able to continue. Yes. So, as we continue, looks like my screen is still not working. I was waiting for it to work and I still be able to continue. So the advantages that we have for the movement and everything, there's an hormone in the brain called endorphin. The endorphin, when it's released, it makes you feel good. It's like a high normal drug that you already have inside you. Thank you. So for this, it kills most of the pain, most of muscle aches and everything that you may be having. Then it helps to reduce that. Then at the end of it all, the movement and everything you are doing reduces your stress at the end of it all. So that's waking up, going to pick and everything else. Have sweets in your room. Tell people to come visit you just to get sweets. Where I work, people come looking for sweets and nice things. Like, Kujeni. So when they come, at least I say hi to them. How are you? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Today you look sharp. Today you look, unacheka kidogo. And if I say moving on, have those sweets in your room. When they come to pick them, they say hi to you. And that's how you create rapport and have good. Everyone in your office is your friend. Then it improves your sleep at the end of it all. The moving up the stairs and everything else makes you tired at the end of the day. If you are tired, then at night you sleep well without any interruptions. And then it also helps you to increase your brain function at the end of the day. So, this is what we want to have a conversation on, self-care. I don't know, for you, what is self-care? If you think and imagine, what is self-care for you? My boy is a very interactive group, so I want to hear from you. Don't forget to say your name and where you're coming from, then to make it easy. There's a city. Yes. Now I've stood, people have kept quiet. I think I should sit again. That way people feel like we are together. Yes. Yes.
Pauline, Continental Re. Self-care self-care for me is more of pampering, making sure my hair is done, my nails are done, at a peace, I'm at peace, my mental health is okay. I think that is self-care for me. But for mostly is making sure that I'm well groomed. I feel for me that is self-care.
Hey, baby girl, you're looking good. That is okay. Self-care is done. Yes. Someone else?
I think for me, my name is Daniel Lenane from Kenya Orient. For me, it's being happy. That's all I care about.
And how do you get yourself to happiness? Because at least you know Pauline goes to a salon. That is where the happiness is. At Amaliza kila kitu. So, Dan, what helps you reach there to the happiness?
I choose to be happy despite all. So I make sure I take my water well. I eat my fruit in the morning. I do my daily workings in the house just to make sure that I'm in that mood.
Thank you. Yes. And as you see that one, I can imagine that is the spot Pauline finds herself in. Yes. So this is what most of us think about self-care. And you think about self-care, you think about the point I can be able to take myself somewhere. And you make it so expensive for us just to have that self-care. So today we want to demystify that. That one, put it in one WhatsApp group with a team building activity that happens once in a year. So this one is every time, every minute, something that you are able to do. Just the same way we have talked about arranging our desk. That arrangement of our desk is part of self-care. Are you together? So that you're ready intentionally and purposely organizing yourself in that. Then you provide yourself the best possible treatment. If you need it, seek a therapist at the end of it all. Then to accomplish your everyday work effectively is also important, and regular self-care keeps us going and generates resilience during a crisis. So before I move on, I want to show you something so that I don't just be the one talking. And I know everyone is breathing, isn't it? But I want us to do something that you can be able to do in your desk. And looking around, most of us are sitting well, apart from my friend here, very close to me. Amekundua kaka vizuri. So, always in your desk, try to sit at the end of the chair, and if it's leaning, then it supports your back. But if you leave a space in between, then you end up stressing your back at the end of the day, and you have very long days at the end of the day. So it's important for us, every time you sit straight at the back, or straight, then your back is aligned straight. And the way shades, some computers are elevated so that can be able to avoid kyphosis. Those ones, people that fold their backs. So if you're printing upwards, then also your back is supported. So this exercise you are going to do helps us to relieve some tension, some anxiety, and whatever you have. I use it most of the time when I'm anxious, and it has always helped. So breathing in, we breathe through our nostrils, and then we exhale through our mouth. I don't know if that is hard. Can we try? Yes. Let's put everything we have down so that we are free. So the first thing you do, try to ground yourself. Feel the floor. You can feel the carpet. For ladies with the heels, they can feel with their toes. It's okay, but in your office, because you are alone, you step down so you can be able to feel it. And then feel how the seat is supporting you. You are trying to be present. This is what you are doing. Try to be present as much as possible. Just feel which part of your body is holding the most weight. Is it the thighs? Is it the gluteus? Is it the back? Which one do you feel is holding most weight while you are seated? Sawa. It's all in your mind. Just being present where you are and how you're stepping down. Yes, I can see people doing their feet like this, so they are feeling the floor and all that. So let's breathe in through our nostrils. Then out, exhale through your mouth. Most of you did well, a few did not. If you do, then you get tired because the air did not even pass your throat. It went and you blocked it and then exhaled it out. So if you try it like 2 times, you feel dizzy and you feel tired at the end of the day. So let's try as much as possible to breathe deep in. Let's fill our lungs, and then you exhale slowly through our mouth. The same way like you guys are in town, so I don't know how to give this example. People who are from the Geshagi, firewood, how we blow it. We blow it continuously and very hard, isn't it? That's what I want us to do. Even if you make noise for this one, is okay. It's still morning and we brushed our teeth, so you're safe. So, yes. Let's try again. Let's breathe in. Then exhale. Someone is already sleeping. Let's try again. Breathe in. The longest you can exhale out. Does not mean that because you are moving your shoulders, you are doing it right. So just relax, stop moving your shoulder, and be calm. Let's try it again. Let's go in. Then out. Now we do it 5 times without my help. Let's go. You can either close your eyes or gaze somewhere and try see how it goes for you. Let's go. If you're done, you can open your eyes, those are closed. Some reaction. How was it for you? How did you feel? What happened? You felt nothing still, okay? You can say I felt nothing. For coming late, introduce yourself, tell us your favorite food and how you felt. Yes.
Thank you and good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Douglas Legezo from Continental Re, the best insurer in the industry. I apologize for coming late. I'm not an early person, so when I saw the invite at 7:30, I was like, I'm trying my level best, but I'm not. My boss here knows that, so I work late best. Being where I come from, every food is my favorite food. We don't choose, we just eat.
You have to finish the food in front of you.
we just get tired. Yeah, the exercise is good. I felt refreshed. I felt like I have now the new energy for the day. And I think it's the best thing to do for each and everybody in the house.
Thank you. Take it at home. Thank you. Someone else?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Mary Wanjiru from Reinsurance Solutions. I felt relaxed and I stopped overthinking for some bit. Yeah.
Thank you. Don't want to close anyone else? Anyone who feels like they want to share?
Thank you, Cedric. Now, for me, it feels refreshing. It focuses you, or rather me, to what I'm doing. Therefore, meaning my mind doesn't go to all the other things that usually go through the mind. Yeah, it makes you feel more relaxed.
Thank you. And it's something that you add. If you forget everything, don't forget that one. Yes, at the end of the day. So it's important for us to have that in our mind. Not everything that feels good is self-care. It's also important for us to understand that. We can be high, and we'll be high for a few minutes, and then after we're finished being high, and we are back to where we are. At times you are stressed, you want to overeat, and overeating at the end of it all, when you weigh yourself, you see it. Nikiangalia hapa tunaona tunawatch our weight sana, so tuko tu sawa. And then at times we risk so much There's some people who find enjoyment in multiple sex, and at the end of it all, you find yourself in problems. You're talking about what is happening. You're not putting an angle like, you just mentioned that one. Yes, it happens. So, yes. So, at times we risk ourselves for the sake of releasing that adrenaline and feeling better. There are things that we do that they are okay. We just lost someone the other day, a mountain climber. That's where the energy was, isn't it? Yes, his energy. He's going to a mountain that is all that without oxygen, isn't it? Yes, but at the end of it all, that's what takes us to the next one. So I'm giving that extreme example for us to think about whatever we are doing to say is going to relax us, then is it to an extreme? Then it's important for us to think about it. Then it's also important for us to make sure it works on our emotions, and then put a relief to the temporary relief that we need. At times, if it affects our emotions and it's just for temporary, then it's important for us to think of a long-term solution at the end of it all. So the difference between unhealthy coping mechanism and self-activities is that the latter is good for us. So the self-care is more important because those are small things that you can be able to do, and it's easy for us to accomplish them. Then self-care has long-term benefits for the mind, body, and both of them is good because you need mind and body. So at the end of it all, if your mind is settled and you are okay, then it makes it easy for us. So self-care is not a one-size-fits-all. So because it works for someone else, that doesn't mean that it works for me. So out of everything that you are going to see today, it's important for you to pick what really works for me. Just drinking water, and the body has a lot of water, is important, and he feels better by that. Someone else atambua kunywa maji is like, why am I drinking water? Lazima tu nikunywe chai, isn't it? Continuously naambia maji siko ndani ya chai, so I am okay. So it's not selfish and it's not expensive. So your routine things that you have been doing for self-care, now add the small bits of things that is every day, every time thing. Just like I'm wearing heels from here to there, but when I reach the office, I need to look for the flat shoes to be more comfortable and be able to be more relaxed, isn't it? Yeah, so that your Achilles do not hurt you so much, you want not so much stress at the end of it all. You are there smiling, but there's pain. You're smiling in pain, so it's important. So this one helps to summarize for us. A lot of things that you are doing helps you build resilience. Like now, the many scheduled breaks makes you now work smart around everything that you are doing. So if, for example, I know the first 2 hours I need to have finished this report, because the other time you're just seated, you're just doing the things autopilot. They're just going. You're doing. But you know, in the first 2 hours, I need to have done what? Finished 1, 2 things, isn't it? Before I take my next break. Because even if I finish or not, the first time it will be hard, but even if I finished or not, the alarm has gone, I need to get out. Tomorrow, you'll do it better. The next day, it will be a little bit better. So that one builds your resilience in that I can be able to do things even under pressure. You know, I can be able to do 1, 2, 3. And that way, at the end of it all, everything works. How comes you're just smiling every time? How comes we never see you tired? How comes we never see you gloomy or complaining? They are like, I know a secret, and this is my secret, isn't it? Every time I come from my desk, I come see you people, and say hi to you people. You guys are my self-care. You know, talking to you people and then going back, it helps me. Then that's one thing. Then support your resource and inner strength. Everything that you have, your inner strength and resources. Inner strength is the resilience, for example, when you go to the gym. You're telling yourself, every day, when today there's pain today, tomorrow I will wake up. People go to the gym now, and you're like, this is a good pain. You know, so the same way, someone else now wants to, like, I have to take water. My therapy will be water. I need by the end of the day, I've taken 2 liters. There will be so many breaks that you are being forced to go to until your system gets used to. And then now it teaches you every 30 minutes I need to go to the loo. That one now is it. So you build on that and then you make it better. Then create flexibility to adapt. Be flexible, don't be tightened. Like before you came, there was someone there who said that for them, unless they are called, The next break, they lunch. And I'm sure they know it's lunchtime because people are leaving the office now. You know, they're going to for Dondo Chapati, where I usually go. So they are going, so it hits him, oh, it's lunchtime. I need to take a break. So be flexible so that you can be able to schedule that for you. Then changes response to your circumstances. So the situation that you are in then is for you to plan, how do I do this? Yes, I know in the morning I have a very early meeting that I need to meet all my team. It starts from 8 to 9. Then that's the time I'm taking that break. Then before I get to the next one, I need to do 1, 2, 3. So make sure those circumstances that you are in, the tight schedule and everything is also incorporated. And then at the end of it all, then it will be easy for you. So looking around, what are these things that is self-care is every time? Don't schedule. Don't tell yourself like, I need to do it over the weekend, I need to do it the other day. So we have been building up to this point that self-care is every time and don't wait until the end. So just to summarize on this so that we take our first break, it's important for us to know at the workplace and or professionally, how am I able to do that? And that's what we began with. Those small things, arranging your desk, scheduling your breaks, having them in your program, so that even if someone comes, they know, like we used to have a minister called Michuki the late. Everyone used to know, when it's 12, you can't find Michuki. Where is Michuki? He's sleeping. Are you together? He knew his age. Alikuwa mzee, he was not young. So he knew he needs that nap. So for him, if it's that time, if the president knew, this time I cannot find my minister. You know, he's taking his break. So for you also, at the workplace, let people know your schedule. Like this time, if I go early in the morning, I'll find him taking tea. I'll find him doing 1, 2, 3. This is the time he reads his newspaper. You know, this is the time he does. So it's like, they're looking at the watch, they know like 8:10 he's done. Let me now go in. You know, it's because you're like, give me another 5 more minutes. 8:10 you can come. So if you tell the first person 8:10 you can come, second person 8:10 you can come. Now they know from the time he came in until 8:10 we cannot see him. Isn't it? We can start singing from 8:10. Then it's important. Then for the physical, what are you doing for your movement and everything that you are doing? So that arrangement of your desk and everything else around you helps you to move that. Then psychologically, are you able, what are you listening to? What is that you have planned in your mind? Then it's important for you to know, like whatever I am doing, everything adds up to either adding stress or removing stress for me. So it's important for you to know, like, everything I'm doing, have I gathered something that is stressing me? So that one now helps us to scan our body. Are you able to scan your body head to toe? What we did beginning, how you sit and how you feel, so it's the same way. Are you able to scan your body head to toe? The activity we'll do at the end is going to help us in that. But for now, just know, like, do you have a headache? Do you have a shoulder pain somewhere? Like if I do like this, I'm feeling a strain here. I think it's because I'm pushing, I'm punching. So am I able to feel my back? Is it okay? Gluteus, the thighs and everything, the legs, the toes. So all that, you'll be able to connect and be able to see, these things I've been thinking about have caused a strain in my back. So these back pains I'm having, it's not that because I've lifted or something has happened. These back pains I'm having just because I was overthinking of what has happened and it has caused me to have that. So it's just psychologically, we are able to connect the things I'm doing at the moment, they are also affecting the physical. Then how is your emotion? You came in the morning very smiley and everything, and then all of a sudden, because you have been told you are doing rubbish, now everything else has changed. So how are you going to bring that one back? Yes, you've been told you are doing rubbish, and then you look at, Akina the career report the whole night, and I'm being told I'm doing rubbish. So is the emotion affected, and how are you going to bring it back then? Those small things that you are doing. Breathe in, breathe out. And at times it may not even be easy, because you hold yourself until they walk out, then you start feeling yourself, you are panting. You're panting so much, you cannot be able to hold yourself. It's like you're going to have a panic attack. Just relax. And you cannot relax at once because you're so the best thing you do is just start breathing with that rhythm. You see the rhythm? You see the people are almost having a panic attack. They're like, so like go with that tempo to cool yourself down. Go like, then Then you find yourself cooling down. But you can't be like, you are, and they're like, now I'll start to breathe in deep, and then breathe out. And then you can't. So try going slowly, like you are panic panting, just flow with it, like, then you feel now you are calming down a little bit as it happens. And then tell yourself, I'm not rubbish, I'm Duncan. Are you together? As you do it, you keep telling yourself, I'm not rubbish, I'm Duncan, isn't it? I'm not rubbish, I'm Duncan. Then connect yourself with the spiritual things. For you, it might be a spiritual being, it might be spiritual something, a spiritual mountain, a spiritual anything that keeps you connected to that. Then relationships are very important. Where is your circle? Who are these people that you call? Who is in your back? And at your positions, you find yourself, everyone is your reference. Mtu akimess huku chini, they come to you. Everyone is coming to you. So you're just receiving. The more you receive, you need to outlet, isn't it? Yes. So these relationships that you are creating, the relationship that I know, even if I call so and so, if I call Cecilia, I know, if I call Cecilia, even at 11, she's going to pick. Auze ni nini mbaya? Aki tumekonfishana hapa na wife, anasikia 2, 1, 2, 3. You know, then she can be able to help me. Like, relax. What happened? You know, talking it out then makes you a little bit relaxed. So who is this that you have in your corner? So that I'm not the only one talking, I want to give Cecilia to do for us. Because you said this month is about movement and mental health, isn't it? So I want to do some same breathing exercise with some movement, but for now we are going to stand. Sasa, karibu Cecilia.
Thank you, Duncan, for taking us through that session. He has shown us, told us how we can do breathing exercise, which can be helpful to us in our work business. So we are going to do it. So as we do it, we are going to make sure we stretch up. As we stretch upwards, make sure you breathe in. We make sure we push through that. I think for those people are sorry. So let us push it. You breathe in, then you breathe out. Relax. Then we go the right, we go the left. So as you do it, make sure that you breathe in, then you relax. Okay? So can I show you? Breathe in. Breathe in. Out. Then the other side. So as we do it, make sure that you are connected to the ground. Then you listen to yourself. Where you are feeling any pain, you listen to yourself. Then you listen to the breathing. You can as well focus to maybe one color in the room, or you close your eyes. Some people might have experienced traumatic experience, and they don't want to close their eyes. It's okay.
Can I do 2 minutes? 3 minutes before they go break? Because I'm sure people will go. I have to give them something.
So now you
someone
can
is here because nimeamua kuna
breathe in.
watatoka, so that they don't leave. Can I give them something for 3 minutes? Okay.
Breathe in. In. Out. The other side, breathe in.
What happened? What happened? It became exercise. So this one will help us to be able to see if our will is balanced. Your will should be balanced in terms of all those parameters. So when you look at this thing, I'm happy you guys are smiling. So can you just say, what has made you happy from just looking at that? It might help us. For me, oh, sorry. Nimesahau watu wa nyuma. Yes.
I'm Mary Wanjiro from Reinsurance Solutions.
Yes.
Kazuri colleague here is pointing at this section for romance.
Yes. So, for your self-care, romance is part of it. So, if you leave romance out, are you complete? You're not complete. So, at the end of it all, these are skills that you can be able to use each and every day. Just scan it. You can either say it's daily, is it weekly, is it monthly that you want to do it. And tell yourself, out of 0 to 10, where am I? For example, it comes to business and career. If I ask you now about business and career, everyone knows where they are in this room. Business, career, and some about finance. Those are things that we tackle every day, mostly for you. Hiyo ziko. Ukienda interview, unauza, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? Hey, but someone asks you, where do you want to see your health at the end of this year? Isn't it? Where do you want to see your health at the end of this year? So it's important for you, as you do that, ask yourself, where is my health at the end of this month? I was big. I was 96. And I didn't like the person I was seeing in the mirror. Because kiangalia hivi, tumbo imefika hapa. Si ati wenye wako nao ni makosa. It's okay. It's for me. It's just because I was active. I used to play rugby. I was active. I was lean. I was nice. Then all of a sudden, I've stopped being too active. Now I'm idle. And that energy is going somewhere. It's not being used. It's storing itself in me like fat. So I was like, I need to be intentional. I was like, in 3 months, I will have shed 10 kgs. People didn't like the way I was looking, because from 96 to 86, you look like something has happened. People were like, are you sick? Is everything okay? Mostly my mother was in my case. Do you have money problems? Is there anything happening? So it's your goals at the end of it all for your self-care. So ask yourself, where do I need to be in the next 2, 3 weeks or that? Then family and friends. At times we call people that are not friends. Until you find a problem, you're in a situation, and you try to look for them, and they are nowhere. Then others the time it hits you, by the way. Are these my friends? So you intentionally start planning to know who is family and who is friend. And for you to know who are these people is a matter of having a circle, just having a circle. And in this circle, these are the most people you talk to almost every day. If it skips, it's just a day, isn't it? And then now when it comes to this other one, it goes like 4 to 5 days I've spoken to them. This one goes like 2 weeks. Then this one goes like a month. And if I ask you, some people here, when's the last time you spoke to your brother, your father, or your mother, and you call them the most closest people in your life, you say, my parents, all my siblings. And then you start finding out, I spoke to them a month or 2 months ago with them. So that means they're not very close to your circle, isn't it? They are very far from your circle. So it's important for us to do this and then be able to see who are these people I speak with every day? Who do I hang out with every day? Then do they add value now to my life? So are they adding value to your life? And at what point did you replace the people you thought were very close to you with strangers? Isn't it? Yes, because you even moved houses, but your family does not know you moved houses. Baka visit like, we came, where? At Kile, I left. These days I stay in Lavington. And then you're like, oh, sorry. So then romance. Romance, just picture and be able to tell yourself, where am I my significant other when it comes to that. Did I stop being meshy and everything else just because alifika nyumbani? This is for men, eh? Yes, and that's why the ladies accuse us so much. Before you married me, what happens to the movies? What happens to... Then you're like, I'm tafuting for you people. There's no time for this. But you need to create time for everything, isn't it? Used to bring me flowers every time. I don't see the flowers anymore, isn't it? And then the ladies used to make my tie. What happened? You never come to make my tie in the morning. What happened? So those kind of things then is important for you. Then the personal growth. Now, not about career. Personal growth, the things you are doing for yourself. Where you pictured I'm going to live by the time I am 40, by the time I'm 50. Those are the personal things that you have for yourself. Then fun and recreation. There is where, again, we lack. So spending time just to come to kiss your boys and girls good night at night, when they slept like at 9, unaingia saa sita, then you need to know how to do that one better. Then if the days are too busy, then do I have 1 or 2 days in the week? Let's plan for that. And then physical environment that you are staying in and the activities that you are doing. So that thing that you are doing, have it at the corner. You see the way you had partitions in your space? Have it somewhere you can keep seeing it every day. If it's not in the office, then have it at home. Are you together? You can photocopy it, have one at home, have one in the office, so that at least you can keep doing that for yourself and be able to tell me the next time the insurance again is calling us, we'll be able to check where are you with that one. That is the one that will be able to tell us if you are doing something about your self-care. Now I think we'll take a break. For how many minutes are we taking the break? We'll do a 5 minutes break and then we'll be able to, for commercial break, and then we'll be able to come back. Thank you, everyone. Where are you in your will?
Welcome to Reinsurance Solutions. We're happy to always say that this is the home of reinsurance broking. As you may already be aware, we are present in around 8 countries now. In 2024, we were lucky to get a license from IRA to become a local subsidiary of the group here in Kenya. We're happy to inform our clients and partners that we are here for you and we're able to service you better by being physically present. We have continually committed our service to the market. We have come in offering new and special products to the market, bringing value to our clients. We are a broker that brings different solutions to different challenges in the market. We are a broker that comes. Welcome to Reinsurance Solutions. We're happy to always say that this is the home of reinsurance broking. As you may already be aware, we are present in around 8 countries now. In 2024, we were lucky to get a license from IRA to become a local subsidiary of the group here in Kenya. We're happy to inform our clients and partners that we are here for you and we're able to service you better by being physically present. We have continually committed our service to the market. We have come in offering new and special products to the market, bringing value to our clients. We are a broker that brings different solutions to different challenges in the market. We are a broker that comes in to make sure that your reinsurance needs are properly and adequately addressed. This year, like I mentioned, we converted the Kenyan office into a local subsidiary. And since that happened, we've seen a lot of interaction and engagement with the market. We have seen a lot of value that we've received from the reinsurers in terms of support and also commitment to work closely with us. Reinsurance Solutions Kenya is just part of the group and is one of the key partners within the group that feeds the group business. Having been here since 2015, we've seen a lot of change and growth within the book of business that we write. We've also been able to Welcome to Reinsurance Solutions. We're happy to always say that this is the home of reinsurance broking. As you may already be aware, we are present in around 8 countries now. In 2024, we were lucky to get a license from IRA to become a local subsidiary of the group here in Kenya. We're happy to inform our clients and partners that we are here for you and we're able to service you better by being physically present. We have continually committed our service to the market. We have come in offering new and special products to the market, bringing value to our clients. We are a broker that brings different solutions to different challenges in the market. We are a broker that comes in to make sure that your reinsurance needs are properly and adequately addressed. This year, like I mentioned, we converted the Kenyan office into a local subsidiary. And since that happened, we've seen a lot of interaction and engagement with the market. We have seen a lot of value that we've received from the reinsurers in terms of support and also commitment to work closely with us. Reinsurance Solutions Kenya is just part of the group and is one of the key partners within the group that fit. Bringing value to our clients. We are a broker that brings different solutions to different challenges in the market. We are a broker that comes in to make sure that your reinsurance needs are properly and adequately addressed. This year, like I mentioned, we converted the Kenyan office into a local subsidiary. And since that happened, we've seen a lot of interaction and engagement with the market. We have seen a lot of value that we've received from the reinsurers in terms of support and also commitment to work closely with us. Reinsurance Solutions Kenya is just part of the group and is one of the key partners within the group that feeds the group business. Having been here since 2015, we've seen a lot of change and growth within the book of business that we write. We've also been able to see the kind of challenges that the market has come up with and how, as Reinsurance Solutions, we've been able to. I'm Harold Mati, and I've been able to meet the needs of the markets. We've been able to provide solutions that are able to address the needs of the markets, from the direct insurance companies, direct broker solutions, bank assurance solutions, all the way to retrocession solutions within these markets. We're happy to announce that we will continue to be here. Our partnership within the group continues to grow and is able to provide more and more stronger partnerships that help us to provide stronger solutions or better solutions within the business in this market. We hope that moving forward, we will continue providing those solutions. We'll continue engaging more and more closely with our partners, both insurance companies and the reinsurance companies, to ensure that the market is well covered. We appreciate that reinsurance, much as it sits above direct insurance business, it goes overboard to provide capacity to the direct insured. And I think for us, it is also important because it helps in the economic growth of a country. In Kenya here, being physically present here and now being able to operate here as a local subsidiary, we are tremendously contributing to the economy of this country and also providing solutions to the Kenyan citizens in a way that they're able to meet their obligations in their businesses and also as individuals. So we are grateful and we hope that we will continue to work more and more closely with this market.
Breakfast. So kindly, in the next 2 minutes, we should all be seated down for second session. Thank you.
I'm Harold, but Executive Director, Reinsurance Solutions Kenya. Welcome to the topic, moving more for mental health. Let's have a chat.
It's not a serious one, but I'm just looking at the colors. I know the colors are not the same, but is there any correlation between the romance and health? Because I see those colors are almost pointing to the same. Because others are green, yellow, but these ones are a bit. Is there any correlation?
It was done intentionally so that we can be able to put emphasis in it. And you see, the red one is romance. Yes, so at what point are you? But just, I know you're on a lighter note, but yes. So I want us to, you're doing movement for mental health. So there'll be a lot of breathing and movement. These are things you can be able to do. And if you have some people at home, significant others at home, go do with them. They enjoy doing them. So before we welcome Cecilia for fatigue, I want us to try something else. So this one, tumetoka, tumepanda, tumefanya nini. We see if it can work. I don't know if I drop the mic to online or hatanisikia. If I put the mic down, it won't work. So I want us to stand again. Feel our feet. You're feeling them. So every time, it's just body awareness. The moment you have body awareness, then you know. And if you feel a pain somewhere, you want to see because you can be able to release it from your body. So once you did, Cecilia was stretches. So this one you're going to do a continuous move. So this one, we breathe out. Just watch first. Breathe out, both hands. So you breathe out, then you breathe in as you collect the clean air. You reach somewhere here, don't fall. Then release yourself again. In, hold it, and then out. I want us to try. You're doing it like 5 times. So have enough space. This is the time you need to get your own space in this room so that you don't slap someone else. Yes. Get your space. This is our space. All these spaces are our spaces. And you're still insisting on being where you are. Get your space. Lazima moja akuje mbele. Yes, like that. The bold ones. Hey, hey. Kazungu is hiding behind you. Why do you want to be directly behind you? Come be with me here so that you can be comfortable. You know, wamekataa kusonga. Then we can extend this line this way so that they have refused to move. So we start with the exhale. So exhale out to your limit. Don't go too far. Then up slowly. Slowly, don't come faster. Go to the farthest you can reach a little bit. Then release yourself again. Breathe out. Let's continue down. Out, out, then in. Go to your limit. Then release it out. Continuously out, then in. If you laugh, you'll do it better. Hold it, then out. Out, out, then in. With your pace, it's okay. If the rest are up, you are down, just do it with your pace.
And the brain feels open.
Tummy and brain. Don't know what has happened. These 2 lawyers. Cedric, why is he on your case? Yes?
Yes, I'm afraid my friend was not holding. When you say people to hold, I think he has issues with maybe that name or something.
And I know if I give him opportunity, it's good to say something. So I want to give him an opportunity. Let me welcome Cecilia. Cecilia Karibu.
Thank you, everyone. Even me, I feel good. I feel stretched. I hope you yourself, you are feeling good too. So now we are moving forward with the work fatigue. So from the picture, what can we see? Yeah. Maybe somebody can help me. The first slide. Yeah, maybe you can say
I
what
can
you
see a female. I think she looks like a female because she's not male. And she's so strained. You can say fatigued, and she's maybe asking for help. You can see she's leaning on the table. I don't think she's productive. So clearly she's fatigued.
Thank you. Somebody else? Sheila. You have somebody by name Sheila. Yes. What can you see from the picture?
She doesn't seem happy. She's holding up a sad sign. So
So she's definitely not happy to be there. Thank you. Somebody else, the last person.
Yeah, I think she's completely exhausted, but she can't rest because that's why she's resting on her desk. So actually the body has taken leave to take rest against possibly her wish. That's why she's calling for help because there's still a lot to be done. Yet she can't actually leave the desk.
Yeah, thank you. Well, yeah. She seems to be tired. She's sleepy. She's also asking for help. You can see also in front of her there is file, there is laptop, also there is water, there is food, and many other things. But she's very tired and she's looking for assistance. So, what is fatigue? From the picture, what is it? Somebody? Yes. Yeah, completely exhaustion. What else? Feeling tired. Say something.
Being unproductive also, I think it's a form of fatigue.
Yeah, sure. Be unproductive. What else? What is it? Sometimes you use the word fatigue. What is it? Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's body physically and also mentally exhaustion. You feel it. Physically, you are unproductive. You feel tired. You feel sleepy. All of that. So let's see. Yeah, that is what we have said, all of us. So, what is the cause of fatigue? Lack of rest. Stress. What causes stress? Not stress. What is causes continuous without taking a break? What is it? Yeah, for work and life balance. So, let's see what I end. Stress can be caused, not stress, fatigue can be caused by shift work, maybe having too much shifts, maybe at night you are at work, in the morning you are still working, it can cause that fatigue. You feel tired emotionally and also physically. There's also poor work practice, maybe in the work, there's no this in the work, you doesn't know your job description, maybe you are the cook, you are all over the place, you are the secretary, you are the administrator, you are everything. At the end of the day, you will find yourself, you have overworked, leading to fatigue. Then there is also stress at workplace, whereby stressors at workplace are not managed. You are experiencing maybe workload, and at the end of the day, that stress are not managed. It leads also to that. There is also continuous caregiving responsibilities. For instance, most of us here, I know we are parents, we are taking care of maybe children, others are having sick people in the family. So you find yourself, you are having too much, you are giving a lot of, you are working too much, maybe for your family and also in the workplace. You are being also expected to be productive. At the end of the day, you find that you are suffering from fatigue because emotionally and also physically you are affected. There is also insufficient self-care. You don't take care of yourself. You don't do things that you like most. Maybe at workplace, you have that schedule, you have that routine of work. That's why you found most of people, maybe they serve it because you don't mind about yourself. You are not taking care of yourself as we have heard from Duncan. There is also unclear boundaries from work. You find that like most of juniors in the work, they don't want to see this is what I can do, this is what I cannot do, because they have that fear they can lose job. Maybe if you are being told by manager, you are senior, do this, you don't want to say, I'm not able to do it. You do not have any boundaries for people to know this is what I can take, this is what I cannot take. So all those is the causes of fatigue. Also, there is also double booking. Like managers and also other managers, you find that you are having double meetings. You have scheduled a meeting at 2:30, and at the same time, you are having another meeting. So at the end of the day, you find that you are very much tired. Do you have fatigue? And what are the signs of fatigue? What are some of the signs? How can we know somebody is tired of work, somebody is unproductive at workplace? We have somebody by name Simon.
Yes, my name is Simon from Reinsurance Solutions.
Yes.
I think signs of someone who's fatigued, they look always tired. They're very unproductive at the workplace. Probably there's lack of concentration as well. I think that you'd be able to pick out those signs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. At workplace, how can we know somebody is tired? Are you able to tell Cecilia is tired at workplace? Are you able to tell your colleague it's tired, it seems to be tired, you need to take a break? Are we able to say that? Then what are those signs? Thank you for that.
My name is Justus from Continental. Yeah, somebody is irritable. When you talk to them, the fuse is very kidogo. Yeah, so I will know that that person is very tired. You tell them something, they're able to, or somebody used to be very, very talkative. You realize they're just quiet. Yeah, or maybe they're eating too much. So I've also noticed somebody is eating too much in the office. He's just biting. Crips here, nini, sweets here, and all that, on the desk,
Thank you. Somebody else. How can we tell somebody is experiencing fatigue or it's having fatigue?
My name is Cedric from G Insurance. Some signs are like someone is very gloomy. Someone is he works. They work very, very sluggishly. At times he used to work a bit with good pace. He works sluggishly. Yes, and even when they are pushed, when something is urgent, they don't even see the urgency. I think those are signs that someone is fatigued.
Thank you very much. Let's see. What are some of signs? How can we tell somebody is experiencing fatigue? First is irritability. As he has said that, he has talked about it. When something triggers him or her, unapata somebody is anakasirika. There is that makasiriko with that person. There is also insomnia, lack of sleep, and also sleep disturbance, whereby somebody is having nightmares at night, and they cannot maybe find themselves throughout the night having the 6 or 7 hours of sound sleep. There is also they experience physical symptoms like having headaches. There is nausea, feeling like vomiting. There is also muscle ache. There is also digestion problems. Somebody has talked about somebody is eating too much, because of too much stress, it can lead to too much eating or eating less. Also, there is difficulty in concentration, memory lapse. There is also somebody is forgetting a lot. There is also avoidance, trying to avoid people who remind you of some activities or not wanting to do some activities. So those are some of the signs to tell somebody is having fatigue. Then, before we discuss how fatigue affects our body, let's see maybe how can we prevent it. Before we prevent it, let's see how is it affecting our body. From my diagram, when you see it, fatigue can affect the whole system. From the hand, maybe down, you can see from the hair, it affects from the hand. There is also sleep disturbance. I have talked about sleep disturbance, having nightmares. There is a lot of hair loss. There is also cognitive impairment, whereby you cannot think. You are having always negative thoughts, whereby it affects our feelings. It affects also our behavior at work. There is a lot of headache. There is anxiety, depression, change of mood swings. There is also sore throats. There is enlarged lymph nodes due to, there is a lot of, the body system is experiencing a low body immune system. So somebody will be having a lot of diseases in the body. There is also flu-like. There is also severe monthly periods for ladies. Also, there is also low sex drives, loss of sexual dysfunction. So from the diagram, as you can see, most of body system will be affected by fatigue. So if we don't work about it, at one point, at least it will change to burnout. And when it changes to burnout, that person will maybe, the person will now start having thoughts of committing suicide. So from fatigue, you go to burnout. So all the system of the body are affected, as we can see from that diagram. Then, how can we prevent it? How can we combat fatigue? The first one is take regular breaks from work. We have talked about it. Duncan has talked about it during self-care. We can take breaks, take leave. From work, you can move from your chair, maybe interact with a friend, go and take tea, go for, maybe talk to a friend, go to the next office to meet other people, and also get moving. Maybe from your desk and do other activities, as we have talked about our theme for this year, it's mental health. Then you can reduce caffeine. I know most of us at workplace, there is a lot of coffee. We take a lot of it until it reaches that point. If you don't take it, you are experiencing some headache. We are having addiction about it. So we can reduce it because it leads to that. Also, we can seek support from trusted friends, family. You can connect with your family people. You can also connect with the workmates, and also you can look for counselors who can also assist you to deal with that before it changes to burnout. Also, you can do self-care. You have been told by Duncan that self-care is doing activities that you like the most, because sometimes we cannot give what we do not have. I cannot love somebody, and me, myself, I don't love myself. So I should first love myself so that I can love others. So that one, we should look upon it. Also, we can take balanced diet because it will boost our immune system. We can do exercise. We go for gym. We can do breathing exercise. We can as well do relaxation techniques. Those breathing exercises we have shown you, they really works out. Also, know your limits. At workplace, know your limits, where you can reach. Don't overstretch yourself. I know my roles. and if I know my roles, I should not go beyond what I can do. Also have boundaries to keep myself safe and also happy. At workplace, I should have my boundaries with my colleagues and also have my balance with work and also work and life balance. So I should balance all of them. If it's work, make sure that you do it the way it's supposed to be done, and also my other life, maybe from work, I should also maintain that balance. There is also separate work and personal space. Sometimes we mix. Your personal space and work, you mix, and at the end of it, it brings those fatigue, and also communicate your boundaries. What you are able to do, let your colleagues and other maybe senior people and managers know this is whereby this is what I can do, and this is what I cannot do. Also, we can as well do meditation exercises whereby they really help. Duncan is going to help us how we can do maybe meditation in a form of breathing exercise. Also, you can do journaling. You write a lot of things, maybe what you are experiencing, your feelings. Maybe every day you do journaling of your feelings, your behavior. This feeling is leading you to have this kind of behavior. Then you can have relaxation techniques for breathing. Also to-do list, whereby you put down at the end of the day what you need to do. Make sure the activities that you want to do for that day, they are not more than 7, because researchers have said that we cannot accommodate more than 7 activities. So make sure they are 7. Then schedule them down. At what time do you need to do this activity? If you want to go maybe through your inbox, at what time? When do you need to reply those emails? When do you have to have meeting? So schedule all those activities. Also, delegate your work. Have teamwork. Don't maybe do all things alone, and yet maybe you have juniors, you have other people who can help you do your work. So before we end, maybe Duncan, you can meditation in a breathing exercise. Yeah.
Thank you. What I'm going to do next, might need us to finish with that one, so that I don't leave you hanging. Eh? So we can still do something else that is not that. Let's stand. Today's moving and exercise. Eh? So this is something when you are tired in the office, you feel like you need just a quick one, a very quick one. Eh? So I want us to count right hand 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're wondering what is next. Then the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The left one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just want to kick jumps yourself. So you're going now faster. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1. Ah, sharp minds. Thank you. We can sit. That's something you can just do when you feel you're overstretched.
So thank you so much, Duncan. So we remember that it will be done at the end of it, the meditation, so that he can show us how can we do it, how is it helpful to our workplace. So the next slide, the end of it. And questions will come later, all of them. So I will come Duncan to take us through the next one.
Yes, we are rushing because I think we have a few minutes so that we can be able to finish. This other one, I don't want us to have slides. You can even now Zima this one so that we can do as much practical as possible. So I want us to go into trauma. This is just an introduction, and then the next time we come, we can be able to go extensively into it. So for now, when you hear the word trauma, what comes to mind? I know you're just from rains, and me, the rains scare me because I was once found in those rains. Yeah, so I don't know what comes to mind for you when you hear trauma. What comes to mind? Moses. What comes to mind when you hear trauma?
It is a kind of devastation. If you can imagine someone who's going through trauma is someone who is at the end of possibly the worst experience that you can think of, and therefore they can't help themselves. They are somewhere where unless someone lifts them out, they are done.
Yes, they're in a very tough situation. If they're not supported, then that is the end. Isn't it? Someone else, in a simpler, just not use the scientific terms, just want to define it in a simpler way. And I've just mentioned floods. And then let's connect with what is happening around us.
Yeah, maybe pain.
Pain, yes.
Yeah, or accidents. Yeah, also bring trauma. Yes, those two.
You've got pain, and then you've got an example. Yes. So one example is through accident. So these are extreme things that us we cannot be able to contain. Some things may be traumatic to me, and they may not be traumatic to someone else. Are you together? Like seeing a snake to some people is traumatic. Some people is therapeutic. They're looking at the colors of the snake, the way the snake is moving, and they enjoy that. And someone else is like, this thing is going to bite me. Then the Bible says it's going to bite me. So other people are very scared about it. So it's important for us to come down and be able to see anything extreme that we cannot be able to contain ourselves is traumatic. And examples of them, one of them is an accident. Accident is one of them. Another thing is war. People in war, that is traumatic for them. Anything that puts you to near-death experience, that is a traumatic event. Are you together? Anything that has put you into near-death experience, you see it, you imagine you dying, then that's a traumatic event. So examples we have just like recently, floods. I'm talking about the floods because in 2015, I found myself in Nairobi West. Nairobi West is just closer here. And there was a lot of rain. There was a McKinney bus. Those ones remember the news. There was a McKinney bus. I was one of them just closer. So when we were almost passing, then we saw the rain trying to come back, and then all of a sudden it poured. The Nairobi River broke its banks, so it came to us and flooded. I remember just getting out and the car submerged, ikapotelea, just praying it does not hit the McKinney bus. So that's a traumatic event. I remember myself sleeping when I was still being rained on because it was cold, sleepy, and everything. That's why I knew the power of sleep. You cannot deny sleep. When it's time to sleep, you need to do what? Sleep. So it's like 2 a.m., standing somewhere, I'm being rained on, but I'm finding comfort in sleep. So it's a way you can also escape because it's nothing I can be able to control. So at the end of it all, how does our mind work when it comes to trauma? So we have the biggest fear that always control the small things that we go through. Just trying to, I did anatomy a long time ago, so I hope I can be able to bring it out a little bit. It has another lobby here. It's okay. So here mostly is where we store our short term, the thoughts. Like if I tell you right now, remember, apart from, I don't want to repeat, what are the favorite foods here? Those are not important things that you needed to store, isn't it? So they come to our short-term memory. And then the long-term memory, this one now we store, it stores the long-term memory. So in the long-term memory, there are things that when you are a child, you'll be able to remember. So this is what the traumatic event attacks, this part. This is what it attacks, the long-term memory.
And if it attacks your long-term memory, if, for example, you found yourself in the flood that just happened the other day, you lost someone, you are either a colleague, you are traveling to a field event, and then you had an accident, and this person dies, then it is going to affect your long-term memory. So what the trauma does, whatever the event that you have already been faced does, it shatters it down. Like, for example, we talk about a glass. This is a glass of water. If this glass breaks, it's going to have a small pieces of glass. Some big, others small. So the trauma, because it's too painful for us, it breaks it down into small pieces. So if it's broken down into small pieces, so it keeps reoccurring to you when it wants. So the brain will be able to bring when we left the office. And then kidogo is going to bring when I just add the skid, then the next time is going to bring when I saw her dead. And then the other part, I remember us having stories. So it does not form itself in our mind. And what happens now, when you go to therapy, the therapist is trying to go into your cognitive and try now to rearrange this glass to try to bring it back to form so that piece 1 is here, piece 3 that was everywhere is brought back. Then we have the piece 2, we have, for example, 4, and then the 5th piece. So they're trying to make it come back by talk therapy that can be able to make you relive the moment and be able to bring the pieces back to form so that now you can be in control. We don't help you forget. What we do is try to make you to be in control of the event. This event that happened to me, this traumatic event that happened to me, now I am in control. Yes, we left the office. By leaving the office, we reached it somewhere else. We got an accident. It was very fatal. I don't like the scene because they were deformed or something. Then from there, we left, went to the hospital. Now, me, I'm okay. Some will say, thank God. Some will like, by fate, by all that, I'm here. So at the end of it all, this long-term memory, it's affected in that you try to remember things about the past, about the incident, and they don't come as they were. So they keep coming kidogo kidogo. So it's important for us, why are we bringing this one up? In our life, you have faced a lot of traumas, and trauma can stick in your mind for a very, very long time. Very, very long time is that the people, mostly, I see are refugees, and these refugees, you'd find that they had a war like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. But when they're talking about it, they relive the moment like it's happening now. Until you are like, it's been 15 years, it's been 10 years. So don't think that whatever you went through does not affect your work at the moment. So it's important for you to know how best can I be able to do this. And trauma does not only affect the cognitive, that is the brain, but also affect the physical. So you'd find, since that occurrence happened, or you remember that incident, for example, if you had an accident and the leg was broken, every time you remember the accident, what is going to happen? The leg is going to pain. So it's not that the leg is paining because it has any physical something that makes it pain, it's just because you remembered and the trauma happened and hit where? My leg. So every time you try to be like, my leg started paining, I think it's because of the accident I had, isn't it? But just because you thought about it, and it is coming involuntarily because you need to remember things. And the moment you want to remember things mostly in your workplace, which part do you trigger? The long-term memory. And you're triggering the long-term memory, it keeps bringing you back the past things. So it's important for us to do that. So we'll do a small experiment at the moment, whereby we are going to do, we think of something negative that has happened in our life. If you have a traumatic event, you can think about it as Cecilia passes the papers. So as we think about it, this is what happens. So we are trying to find ourselves here. We are trying to find ourselves here in this cognitive triangle. And in this cognitive triangle, we are going to see how the thoughts that we have are affecting our feelings, and then how these feelings are affecting our action at the end of the day. So if the thoughts, for example, are negative, how am I feeling about it, and what is the reaction. And then at the end of it all, we are going to check at what part of the body has it affected me. So that's the exercise. And then you're going to put all the pens down here. I know there are not so many, but you can be able to pick one, and then you can be able to use. And when you are done with one, you bring it back so that someone else can be able to pick it. So for now, everyone has a paper that has a body map, front and back. Even the back people, I hope you have not forgotten you this time. Yes. So from this body map, don't put so much concentration to it. Just listen first. I want us to think of something that has happened to us in the near future, not too much, that has caused a lot of pain to us. So we are there now. So we are thinking about that thing. And as you are thinking about it, listen to your body. What part have you felt something? Have you felt tension or pain somewhere? So if, for example, you felt tension or something in your body, I want us to have a mark. So what you have, just roughly, I hope my drawing will... So for example, if you had tension on your shoulders or a headache, you're just marking. If it's front or back, that's why it has front and back. So you just pick any color from here, you mark, and then you go back and sit. Just pick a color, come mark where you felt a tension or pain by just thinking about that's something that's caused pain in your life, the thought, then we mark. You can use your pens. You have pens. I'm seeing others already using their pens. But the colors are still there. You can pick one, and then you use it. And if it's the whole body, just mark the whole body. When all pens are back, I would assume everyone has finished. Thank you. Let's put our drawings under our chair for now. Try to be as relaxed as possible. So what I want us to do next is we do the same exercise we did before, but now we are thinking about something nice. Think about that vacation you're planning to go to. I want to go in a tour. Think of something positive in your life. Think about a happy moment, and then you are going to incorporate it with a breathing exercise. The parts you felt pain, I want you to send that clean air there, and then you exhale the carbon dioxide that is bad air out. And you're going to do it with an exercise. So the same thing we are doing, we exhale out, but seated, and then we inhale in, we hold it, then out. You're doing it in your pace now, you know the cycle. You're doing it in your pace, slowly. You can either close your eyes, you can gaze somewhere, don't look at other people, they'll make you laugh and make you lose concentration. So let's try do that and try see if it's going to work for us. When you are ready, you can start. Now the next thing you're going to do, you pick a different color of marker. If you felt somewhere good, it mustn't be the same spot or the same spot. Again, you mark with a different marker where you felt something nice or better, where you felt some relief with a different marker. I welcome any reaction from anyone. Everyone has markings, so I just want reactions. Or you're still contemplating what has really happened. It was not magic. Eh? You missed out. We'll explain to you.
So when we had to reflect on something that caused us pain, I could immediately feel the tension in form of a headache, how it felt. But when we've done the exercise of the feel-good exercise, then You know, you can almost feel like something is leaving. Yeah.
Thank you. Someone else who has seen a shocker? Yes. Everyone has markings. I just want to have a reaction. Looking at me smiling like you want to say something, just say it.
For me, I felt tension to the body parts where I felt pain before. I've experienced pain before, but the breathing exercises now, I felt relief all the way from my head, especially on my head, and that's why I marked on my head. Yeah.
Thank you. Give him to say his. Eh? Pass it to him for him to say his. Yes. Yes, give him the mic. He has one. Yes.
I'm just looking at my colleagues' markings. Before I go for mine, there's some peculiar marking, and I was keen to understand what happens.
You are saying what you are comfortable saying. So you say what you are comfortable saying in yours.
Yeah, mine, when you reflect from those occurrences that brought pain, for me it was from driving. I nearly missed an accident, nearly, narrowly. Yeah? So every time I think about it, I feel like, the reaction is from braking. Every time I feel like I'm braking, so you'll find that it's from the ankle and also from the wrists and the arms. Yeah. So every time I feel about it, that's where I feel those parts reacting. Yeah.
Thank you. And because of time, I would have given everyone to say something. But this brings us to this triangle. And it brings it very clear that our thoughts really affect the feelings that we are having. So if they feel sad, they feel threatened, they feel scared, they feel all those feelings. Ladies can get out feelings. Men don't know how to get out feelings. If I ask you what feelings you had when you're almost having an accident, will you tell me, apart from being scared? Yes, and men don't say we were scared. It was almost, but I'm braving it. But it's good for us to find the feelings. What is the actual feelings that I am having when I'm having these thoughts? And what does it make me feel? I was very active. All of a sudden, I've stopped being active, isn't it? So it can either come one way or the other. So it's important for us to notice. At times, it can come through colleagues. Colleagues can be able to tell you your actions. You notice of late you are gloomy. Gloomy can be seen, isn't it? Today, these days, you are gloomy so much. Or you tell them, I feel like at the end of it all. So either of these can help you. Someone can tell you, I see you in thoughts. And then you guess say that Shirings are magicians. We're not magicians. The thing is, we see and we ask, and then you tell us. So if I didn't ask you, how does that affect you? You wouldn't have said. We just bring it to your awareness. Like something, the traumatic event I had, at times makes me feel like this and it brings a pain somewhere. And this pain, I need to address it. Isn't it? Then at the end of it all, people tell you, Mommy, Daddy, these days are Tom, Jane. These days you keep doing 1, 2, 3. What has changed? And then you're like, by the way, this, they're noticing something. Don't be defensive. Just ask her, since when, and then connect with yourself. Since when did this start? 2 weeks ago, then you go, 2 weeks ago, what happened? Then if you connect 2 weeks ago, what happened, then you can be able to see where the actions that you are having or the feelings that you're having, where they're coming from. So because of, it's already our time for Q&A, I think we'll stop there to know like the pains you have, you can always change them. You can always remove most of them. Some of you did not remove all of them. The more you do the exercise you are doing, the breathing in and out, then it can help. But also if you keep doing and it's persistent, the pain does not go away, go to the hospital. So, go to the hospital, get checked. But at times, most of the things we can just treat. You have gone to the hospital, they have checked, And because you have good covers, yes, you work with insurance, you have good covers, you have covered ourselves well, you go, they do the whole body test, and there's nothing. Toa damu, mkojo, stool, and everything, and they check you, there's nothing. Then that's no, is my cognitive that is affected, isn't it? And I need to get support in that. Because those drawings have your pain, I don't want you to go home with pain, so you'll pass the pain back to me. You leave the pain here, you don't take pain home, eh? So the pain remains here because they have pain, so we collect this. And then we do the last exercise, and then you ask your questions. We have a Q&A, and then we'll be done. So I'll take you to a tour, a nice tour this time. And this is something you can always do to meditate and to relax yourself, what Cecilia was saying, to help you sleep if you're having long days, hard times. So to help you, take you into that mode, I want us to, for you to go deep, I want us to listen to the sound. And I want us to eliminate this sound that we have inside and see if we can pick sounds from outside. So the more sounds you pick, the better as you keep going. But don't forget to breathe in and out. So what we do now this time, make sure you close your eyes or you gaze somewhere. For those who are not comfortable closing their eyes, make sure you are seated comfortably. You have been doing this. Make sure you are seated comfortably. You are relaxed. You're not straining. And the tablanza thing, empty brain, eh? So as we pick on sounds, it will help you not to think of other things. So let's try. And as you breathe in and out, make sure you're breathing in through your nostrils politely. And then exhale slowly as you go out. Make sure you are holding and exhaling. We are doing it 5 to 7 times, but the important thing, we are trying to pick as many sounds as possible, and then we'll see who picked the most. You can start, you can go. If you are done, you can open your eyes. If you are done, you can open your eyes. Now that all eyes are open, assume you're all back. I would want reaction to that exercise. We want to compete toward the farthest sound. What the farthest sound, apart from these machines, the AC, would be able to hear from the road. Someone reached the road? I can hear the buses from the road. Nyam kuzisikia. Yes. What other sound could you pick from outside this room? Yes, there's some music. Yes. Now reaction. How was it for you? For those ones who almost slept, would want to hear. think mics are closer. She has not spoken here. Yes, introduce yourself. Yes.
Hi, I'm Joy from Continental Re. I think I had some people talking. Yeah.
How did the exercise make you feel?
I feel relieved, relaxed. Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone who had other thoughts? Anyone who had something they were thinking about? Means nothing. Yes. So apart from relieved, relaxed, anyone who felt like they were going to sleep? Yes. Yes. So that's a calming exercise you can be able to do. And refocusing your brain to something else helps. We just refocused our brain to use our 5 senses, and the senses we are using is hearing, isn't it? So you can do the same exercise with touch. You can get down, you breathe in and out and try to touch the carpet and try to see you can feel any shape or something as you are doing it. So you're trying to refocus your brain to get it out from the thoughts that you are having. The thoughts of I almost died, I almost killed someone, I almost killed my entire family. The other day my father almost died with all the grandchildren. So that thing traumatized him so much. So those are things that you can be able to get rid of your mind by using your senses to help you refocus yourself and bring you back. The moment you are doing that, all our brain was like sounds. And then at some point, I'm sure you reached a point you stopped picking sounds. You started feeling relaxed, started feeling even the breathing became longer. I'm sure if I would, you'd have shared, you'd have said something like that. So it's something that I think we can be able to do. Because of movement and the theme for this time, we felt we would be able to share that for now. So we welcome the question and answer at this moment. The questions you have been holding, you can bring them out now. Thank you. And I assume you also have online audience. They can also be able to pass their questions so that they can also be addressed.
Just one from me. On the fatigue, I think it was on the symptoms of fatigue, and it was insomnia, irritability, and those kind of things. I'm just trying to connect with also lack of money. You know, when people are broke, those symptoms also come out. So how do you differentiate that? How do you draw the line that my colleague is not fatigued, but is in financial crisis?
Thank you for that question. The thing is, the lack of money and the workload go hand in hand, isn't it? So if this person is here and they're really trying to work and they're thinking about the financial instability that they have or the lack of money, then at the end of it all is going to add up to the fatigue. So that lack of money is just an additional to the basket. So your entire life makes you a human being, and that human being is needed somewhere for 8 hours or 7 hours. It depends on how you schedule it. And some people even 12 hours. So it's important for this person to start getting help for the financial part so that we do not also kill them with the work part. Because if they are not arranging themselves well, then that one comes. At times, because of the work fatigue, now we are not able to organize ourselves financially. Because you feel like, nimechoka, I need a treat. You go to the bar and spend 100K. You come back in the morning, you don't have money. Then what is it happening? I lost money because I was fatigued. I thought I'm going to release tension. You remember we're talking about healthy habits. At the end of it, if they're not healthy, then they're still going to cost us. So this money is just adding to the fatigue that we have. But at times, through what we are doing, we end up mismanaging our finances and puts us back in the problem that we're trying to run away from. Thank you.
Okay, one of the things that we've noted is that there are differences between our colleagues in the office, between ladies and the gentlemen there. Ladies, you can easily pick. They'll shed a tear there, or maybe they'll be emotional. But men are tough. They will not show it, and you'll only see it will only manifest when they actually really at the end. Maybe now he comes to the office drunk, or he fights, or he just doesn't come to work, or he collapses. How can you pick it earlier for men than before it gets to that level?
And it's true. Like I said, men, you don't pick feelings. Ladies are in touch with their feelings. But I think the trend is changing with time. I see men crying these days, men being moody. Yes, it's happening. But it's to be actively present for these men also. This person used to come very early in the morning, and then all of a sudden they're not coming early in the morning. Those are small signs that you need to pick. This person used to go around office saying hi to everyone. Is the Mr. Hi? And then all of a sudden it's no longer Mr. Hi. So there's something that has happened. So we pick from them the small thing, but what comes out very fast for a man is the anger. Anger is picked very fast, the temper, the tension that is there. And people would be very calm and patient. Now they are no longer calm and patient. So those are the things that we'll be able to pick mostly. And also the facial expression. If you are keen enough to look at someone when they're speaking, you'll be able to see that tension. They might not say it, but you might see the lips shaking, the hands shaking, all those kind of things. So it's just being present for men to be able to keep seeing it coming out. If I ask about feelings here, most men will not tell me about feelings, but the ladies will be able to say it. So don't ask them about a feeling thing. How are you feeling this morning? Go directly. Today you have come in late. What has happened? You know, what has made you come in late? I've noticed. So for men, don't beat around the bush, just go direct. I've noticed these days you look unkempt a little bit. What is happening? You know, they can be able to tell you. So for men, don't beat around the bush, just go straight with what you have noticed. You used to dress very sharply and notice you're no longer dressing sharply. What is happening? So what you see, attack that directly, and they can be able to give you a direct answer. But if I've noticed of late, you don't seem like you. They don't pick a feeling. Yes, like why I'm not like me. I'm still me. So what are you trying to say? I'm not me. They be defensive. And Cecilia can add.
Yeah, also I wanted to add for men, sometimes they look withdrawn. The activities they used to be enjoyable, they look, it's like they don't want to be engaged in such activities. Others, they abuse drugs because of that fatigue. And others, they isolate themselves. Maybe they lock themselves in their offices, they don't interact, they don't socialize with other people. Yeah. And also to hand on that, crying or shedding tears, it's okay to have that feeling. Don't suppress it. When it comes, let it come. It will help yourself.
Cecilia, and they keep saying, the men, we cry inside. The system, it has been built for you to do that. And the moment you don't cry, you know what comes next? Headache. So men will suffer with headache. A lady has cried 1 minute, amemaliza, and it's done, and they have continued. So the consequence is further more. And again, men will not shed tears, but they still come out. You see them pulling their mucus back up, because the system is the same. It either comes through your nose, through the eye, the nose, or the throat. So at the end of it, if you see a man doing, they're not tears, but he's still crying. So it's okay. It's okay, my brother, to cry. Yes, it's okay to cry. Yes, thank you. Any other?
I think it's like Moses said, for ladies, you'll see it, you can address it. They can address it between themselves and resolve, because most of them are probably emotional issues. And I think for men, you know, I don't think when we're looking at this circle, romance would be much of a problem. It can affect more of the women. Finances will affect more of the men. And I think when we talk about issues that can be resolved. Like if we talk about romance, it's just an issue of having a discussion or maybe finding someone else who can give you that romance. But when it comes to financial issues, you're a man here and you must go home and deliver a meal on that table. That problem is not going to disappear, even if someone gives you a shoulder. If I may relate that to now our work in insurance, we face much bigger challenges. Again, like I'll still say for a lady, you know, when you're a man and especially when you're a senior person in the office, then most of these burdens then come back to you, right? Because everybody will be coming to you to look for solutions. You have a situation where, for example, you have placed an insurance and there's a flood and you didn't really complete the placement. So there's a claim coming, it's clear, it's probably hundreds of millions, and you have to help this person because they're going to go into, and you've seen, I mean, you get a lot of men committing suicide all the way to CEOs, more than you see, you know, ladies getting there, because we tend to carry that burden ourselves. And again, for me, it kind of tends to say that it is still a big challenge to actually identify when men are going through these mental health issues than it would be for a lady, for you to get it from a lady. You can easily pick here from the ladies who is happy and who's not happy. It is very difficult to actually identify a man who's carrying. I think all men here are carrying issues. That one is outright, including you, I believe. But it's very difficult for us for you to pick it up. So how do you deal with this? Because like the issues that men would be going through are more real life physical issues than emotional issues where, you know, your wife has taken off, fine, you will deal with it, but because you still have a much bigger problem that you have to handle wherever you are. So you still bear that mental situation, and at the same time it also gets you fatigued because you're trying to work so hard or to do so many things to find a way around it.
Thank you. But it's not true what you said. Men don't handle romance issues. Just finance. It's just that we do not want to tag them as romance issues because if you have issues at home with a significant other, then the category falls there. And at times, when we have money as men, we feel like the circle is complete. Everything around, if I tell you to look at that circle right now, and you take the most important part for you there, you'll take the finance, because you feel like it's going to check all the other boxes if the finances are sorted. But again, and then now you want to say the ladies, the romance. Even them, the fights you're having at home is when the finances are not happening at the end of it all. So even ladies are affected by the finances at the end of the day. And the romance, if you stop treating me the way, for them, they are going to camouflage. Someone else has said they look for it somewhere else. But still, the one at home is where you are going to. And if you don't make that one at home well, it will not work. Yes, it's true. It's hard for us to channel out. The ladies, it's easy for them because they find a stranger. I've had friends, just kwa bar tu wametoka wameingia kwa choo, na ameenda found a lady friend, and they have poured out. Imagine my boyfriend, this is how he's treating me now. He's talking about everything in that toilet and finishing. When she comes back, she has pampered herself and still smiling like nothing has happened. You know, they have released some tension. A man sees the lady hugging someone else, not even asking, and who was that? They have swallowed it. So it's still piling. And then a little bit, if she's a celebrity, she goes to the same town, people know her. Another person again comes like saying hi. So the next part you hear is just a slap. And why are you saying hi to people? So they have not even negotiated, they have not even talked about it, they have been piling. So for us men, we are going to pile, the ladies are going to channel out. So the easiest way is for us men to accept we need a buddy system. Buddy system is that guy. Me, I've ranted to my friend. I don't have a lot of them. There's this one. One time we were traveling to Nakuru. We have ranted about our wives. Mpaka Nakuru na somewhere it ended. It doesn't go far for men. Of course, by Rimuru tushamaliza your story. So, as in, get it out. Have this buddy system, someone that you can be able to talk to freely. Of course, we are scared of how is someone else going to see my life. How am I living? So this must be. And that's why you don't have this buddy system. Then you have the counselors. This is someone that you can be able to talk to. You don't need to go to a counselor when you have a problem. When you have a situation, you need to go to a counselor. Don't make it a problem for you to go. Just that small situation needs that. Then the finances, everyone goes through a financial crisis. Even the very rich goes through a financial crisis. So why are we letting us, the finances, affect men? It's because we want to live like the Jonases, and you cannot be able to. So even in that office, you are competing. So if you buy a Mercedes, and the other CEO on the other side also wants to buy a Mercedes, they don't know how much you're suited for that Mercedes or a Range Rover or something. So if I compete with someone else, I'm putting myself in a financial crisis at the end of it all. So it's important for me to go with my pace. Even if my pace is not as fast, but am I consulting to know if I get myself into this debt, will I be able to recover at the end of it all? So men need also to be in touch and connect. And that's why I was happy when I walked into this room, even if I was given a tip that this field has many men than ladies on this level, but I was glad to see many men. That means men are also trying to embrace mental health. So the more we do it, the more we get in touch with the feelings, that one, then it makes us human. And if we are human, then we can be able to connect with other things easy. So it's not easy to pick, but like I said, there are small things. The way you dress, the way you are. If your physique starts declining, I know you have started going to the gym. I start asking you, what happened to your muscles? You'll be able to tell me something, excuse me, I'm like, really, what really happened? Not that you have changed your diet. What really happened? And at some point, they might be able to open up. So it's not easy for us to share, but the more we ask, we might get something. All that one is closer to helping. So, thank you. Any other? You have not heard from the ladies? Is there a question online? Oh, so. Is there a question online? No question online. So in short, we are done here. People are okay. So we know what you're going to do. That you are better. That's good to hear you are better. Yes. For those remaining minutes, say how you feel now. Look for a feeling. If not a feeling, look for an animal that defines how you feel. Or just something that you have picked out of this. So we'll do a round, and then we'll close from there. Unfortunately, Moses, you're closer to me, so you start us off. So.
Yeah, me, I love plants, so I feel like a plant that has just been rained on.
I feel like a chihuahua.
I feel like now I know how to do my breathing exercises, and I'll make use of them.
I feel like a clear, I feel clear. My mind feels very clear. And I thank you for the education. We'll definitely strive to become more self-aware and take care of ourselves more. Yeah.
I feel enriched.
I also feel relaxed, and I feel like these are the small things that we ignore, trying to work harder and spend more time in work. But now we need to prioritize our mental health and self-care for our own good. Thank you.
I'm happy.
I feel calm. I feel relaxed. I'm reborn. I'm the new Douglas now. Thank you, Reinsurance Solutions, for putting this through, and also thank you, facilitators, for facilitating this event. Thank you very much.
When you said look for an animal, my mind went to a rabbit. I don't know why. Yeah, but I think now as I've been thinking, they look very calm and they're very beautiful. And I feel beautiful inside. Yeah, I feel very calm also. And again, just to say thank you so much for sharing your thoughts to us.
I feel calm, and I feel like I've learned a lot on how to manage anxiety and stress.
I feel enriched. I feel calm. When you mentioned an animal, I thought of a cat. Okay, I love cats, but you know when a cat after napping, it stretches itself, splays its toes. That's how I felt.
Another one who feels calm and relaxed. And then the bird I thought about was the dove. As rare as it is, this is rare but required. It's a present, a moment of being present, and it was a discussion that is required, especially within our circles in insurance and reinsurance. Thank you, Reinsurance Solutions. And the facilitators, thank you.
Thank you so much. I think everybody's feeling calm. So who am I not to feel calm?
Need to tap into ours. Say yours.
But yes, indeed, I think very relaxing. For me, it goes a mile further because it's going to help me in the office. People always complain that I walk around so much, but now you have made it clear to them, because they are sitting here, why it makes sense to walk around and just say hello. One of my colleagues, Vicky, is the one who supplies us with sweets. Now I understand why I should grab the sweet when she gives me. She'll tell you I used to complain to her, like, why are you giving people cakes and sweet in the office all the time? So for me, it makes sense, the fact that much as we push ourselves so hard to deliver stuff to some of our shareholders and all that, and we tend to forget to look after ourselves and understand that in that process, we may be getting into situations that can actually affect us and affect us permanently. So I'm grateful to the facilitators to giving us such an amazing session this morning. And yes, I feel like I've achieved something. If I may talk about an animal, I would be feeling like chicken. I'm sure Cedric knows why.
For me, I feel calm and relaxed. Sometimes when you are a host and anticipating an event, you have so much tension of how it will turn out, but I feel relaxed now. And my take home is when you have stress or something triggering stress, do not suppress it. Accept that, first realize and accept to go through it, then find ways to help you get out of it, which is probably self-care and many other things, but don't just suppress it. And this is to men also. Accept it's not bad to have emotional problems. Thank you to the facilitators and Reinsurance Solutions.
Okay. For me, I feel relaxed, calm, motivated, guided and encouraged. And it has also come to my realization that if you don't get me, it's that moment of self-care. So you don't have to worry. Maybe I'll get back to you. Yeah.
I feel like a bird, anything that flies, not the ones walking, because I feel like I can fly, let go of my emotions. And it's good to cry, so I cannot say I'm a crybaby, it's okay. Even at my big age, it's okay to cry. And even at my workspace, the breaks are very necessary, even if it's taking a little stroll. Those 5 minutes do help. And yeah, sharing with people. So my sweets, they're always in the desk. My snack bar is always open. Yeah, it's good to share. Thank you. This was great, and thank you for the facilitators for this great opportunity to share.
For me, I feel good. I feel I had the right participants who really participated in the discussion. I'm happy because whatever you have learned, it will trickle down to other people, and also you'll make use of it. Before you leave here, let us work smarter and not hard. Ask yourself, what are you going to stop and what are you going to start doing, what you have learned from the training. So I'm very much happy, and maybe in the future I would like to be in the same session with you guys. So thank you so much for your participation.
Thank you too, and I'm sure Janet, the online audience, we are grateful, and we are thankful that they have been with us all this time. As you noticed, it went down. People who picked animals, no one picked an aggressive animal. Even the men picked chicken. I'm now vulnerable. It's okay, rabbits. I'm vulnerable. It's okay. And it's okay. This is what it does to you. It calms you down and makes you now level and be able to do. And even the ladies, they picked lesser ones, cats, nini. At times they would pick now a tiger. You know, a tiger will be something and all that. So it's important, and having had that. So I want us to stand, we breathe in, we hug ourselves, and then we go for that tea that we have been waiting for. Reinsurance is requesting for a group photo for this team. So I think you can do it where the banner is. You can.
Okay, let's have
Thank
our
you,
group
Janet.
photo. Thank you very much, guys. Then just to
you.